Spring Sing, which was a sort of a concert. And from the time we got to Harding University, from the time we got to the campus, both of them looked like he was already admitted. So he would just leave me seated somewhere and say, "Mommy, I'll be back." And he was just all over the university. He had already made friends on that just that weekend. And when I saw the way he behaved on the campus, in my mind I'm saying I cannot disappoint him. I have to find some way of getting him to Harding, although at the time I felt that Harding was very expensive. Coming from the Caribbean, we do not have United States dollars. We have Eastern Caribbean dollars, which are $2.70 to a US dollar. So it would be expensive to be able to pay in US dollars. But seeing how elated he was, I had no choice but to accept that he would go to Harding.
Made it possible to let your child go to the university you wanted to.
That's correct.
Exhibit 333, 334, and 335. Do you recognize those photos?
Yes, I do.
And will these photos aid you in further discussing both of them at Harding?
Oh, yes.
Okay, we're going to the next 333, 334.
That go all over the United States singing. He was also, I think, an intern or something at the Rock House. He was involved in the youth ministry. So he did a lot of missionary type work, involved in sometimes doing preaching, singing. He also told me that he was part of a group called Bisons for Christ, and they went to several places helping people, helping the elderly, going out and clean people's homes. Because of his IT background, he assisted elderly people in setting up their computers. He told me he had set up a computer for an elderly couple so that they could have Skype contact with their children. So he did a lot of these activities.
The Rock House. What is the Rock House?
The Rock House, I believe, is an organization that does outreach work. So they help other students. And he was one of those who was supposed to be encouraging the students to attend worship. So that was one of the responsibilities he was given. He was also part of the rugby team at Harding. Rugby, the game rugby, yes.
I'm going to show you the photos in a minute as takes to 333. We see both of them. Yes. He has on the surface of college.
Yes.
You talked about him going on mission trips. Is this a picture from one of his mission trips?
Yes, this is a trip. All the others who are in the photograph are students with two adults from Harding. So he brought these students to St. Lucia The background is the Boys Training Center, which is a center for delinquent boys in St. Lucia. And when he brought when he brought his fellow students and that team to St. Lucia, they concentrated on reaching out to these delinquent boys, together with an orphanage that they visited and many other institutions, but mostly institutions that had people who were at risk in some way. So the elderly home, the elderly folks home, the orphanage, and delinquent boys. He concentrated a lot on serving these people.
How many years did both of them and his classmates from Harding come back to St. Lucia to do mission trips?
There's so many.
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. How many years did both of them and his classmates from Harding come to St. Lucia to do mission trips?
Many, because he started 1 year after he went to Harding University, so that's 2012, and since then they have come every year. 1 year they came twice, so there seem to have been about 7 or more trips to St. Lucia.
And it says it's in 334. Is that just another group of a picture of the group that was in St. Lucia?
Yes, I'm not sure if it's the same year of the first photo, but that's a group of the students that came to St. Lucia, and they're at a sky ride park. So he took them.
Zip lining?
Zip lining, that's right.
And then State's Exhibit 335.
Yes, that's the group that came in the spring. And both of them, together with Jake, the one with the white shirt on the opposite end of both of them, led, yes, the two of them led that team that year. The 2 adults were not there during that time. And that's a photograph taken in front of the church that we worship at in St. Lucia.